Okay, how is everybody doing? How is everybody doing today? It is Friday, okay? It really is Friday. I know I haven't been going live for a while. I've been chilling, going to other people's panels and everything. And I decided to go live today, and I may do a second stream later tonight. I'm not sure about that yet, but I felt like I wanted to talk about some things that transpired uh, this week, maybe possibly on a couple of panels. I'm not sure, how far I'm gonna go into all of that, but I definitely, most definitely want to talk about this stream today over there by Sharon, baby, because I'm like, what I'm saying, like, some of these men, and I'm gonna have to put names on it because I don't want other people to think I'm talking about them when I'm not. So I put ChicagoRilla name in my title, right? Because that's who I'm talking about. Okay, that's who I'm talking about. Um, and the reason I'm talking about him is because first I'm gonna say he hasn't done this what he did today for the first time, second time, not third time. In fact, he's done this shit like 5+ times, right? And what he does is he comes up, right? Everybody give him respect, including myself. And then I don't know why he targets me. You know what I mean? Like originally for a while back, because he's been doing this for quite some time, by the way. I'm talking about, I know I mentioned 5 times, but no, no, no. This been happening for years, right? Now when I told him that he does this, he'd be like, I didn't come on panels that much. Listen, it doesn't matter how much he gets on panels or don't get on panels. But when he do get on panels with me, he seems to focus on me. Now, I'm the first one to be like, hey, Rilla, you know what I mean? I know certain topics he like to talk about. And even then, I still say he don't know what he's talking about, not all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous because it's almost like I understand why they're so fucking stupid. They just don't understand. How so somebody who's born before you, maybe a decade or even more, for some reason they want to teach that older person some shit. And the thing is, they're not teaching the older person about some shit that's happening today, which is more that makes more sense. It makes more sense that my grandson can teach me what 6, 7 mean, right? That makes sense. It makes sense that my sons can tell me, um, maybe possibly, which they can't, but let's just say my kids' age talk to me about music, which they can't because I love music. I've been listening to music all of their lives and all of my life. So they don't know more about music than I do. I would know more about music than they do. Right? That makes sense. Especially if we talk about hip hop. But I know more about not just hip hop, because I was here before hip hop, right? So I know about pop, and I can even go into country and all of those things. Because my generation, like before there was hip hop, we were listening to everything everybody else was listening to, including disco, R&B, and so forth and so on. And by the way, country music was a thing. I'm from the South. I don't know if it was everywhere with black people, but black people listen to country music too. I know about Loretta Lane. I know one of my favorite songs was by what his name? Damn, I used to love him. He sung you got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em. I think it's something Rogers, Kenny Rogers. There you go. Um, you see, so they're not gonna be too many people who's younger, my children's age, or maybe a little older, who gonna tell me much about music. You know what I mean? I'm trying to remember maybe when there's a time when I kind of wasn't listening, it would be maybe R&B. But if it's hip hop, then I know about it. But then again, depends on where you from. Depends on when you got the music. Depends on if it was popular in your area. So it'll be a lot. So when people tell me this this artist was very popular, bomb in certain times, and I'm like, well, maybe where you were, no, everywhere. I'm like, but not where I was. It can't be everywhere if it wasn't where I'm from. It could be though, where you're from, you know, the artist was a big artist where you're from, but where I'm from, the artist wasn't a big artist. And for some reason, they don't understand that. I do. I do. I understand the nuances. I understand that uh, an album could come out and be a good album in one area and be do terrible down south. We are dancers down south. I'm talking about dances like the men dance, the women dance, our children dance, and I'm talking about we dance. So we like a more upbeat, and we're gonna be less into some. I'm only mentioning Jay-Z because they're talking about Jay-Z right now, but Jay-Z was not my type of music, and I have his first album sitting somewhere over there, somewhere over there. I got one of his. Well, yeah, I got his first album sitting somewhere over there. I'm looking at the CDs. I have a whole block of CDs sitting on the CD thing. Actually, I have a few of them over there. Okay. When I first came to Delaware to visit, there was a song that was real hot of his, but I ain't really like that shit. I like that shit because that wasn't the style of music that I like from the South. We like that Yang Yang twins. We're gonna be that Luke Skywalker. We're gonna, you know what I mean? We don't even the words don't even really matter for real, right? Because the beat and long as we able to dance to it. And so that's what we know to be true today. That's what we know to be a fact today. But when I have these discussions with these men who always want to be right while sitting with people who are older than them, right? It's crazy. It's crazy. Yes, if y'all want to tell me what's happening out in the streets today, then I'm listening to what you're saying. And I'm asking you questions. And I'm like, damn, you know? But you can't tell me about some shit in the year in which you was born. You can't tell me you was born in the 80s, but then you know all about the 80s. You were just born in the 80s. So to you, that's your beginning. But to me, no. I got married in 90. I got married in 1990. I think it was 90 or 91, right? Um, 89, 90, 91, 91. I got married in 91. Married in 90. So that means, you know what I mean? So I wasn't born in 80s and got married in 91. No, 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 no. You see? So in the 80s, I was a full grown woman at the end of the 80s. And at the beginning of the 80s, I was entering high school. You understand? You was born. You was born and I was entering high school. And so you gonna tell me what was happening in the 80s. And I'm like, but no. So you so I'm gonna talk about what I'm talking about in a minute. But anyway, back to Rilla, right? So Rilla, um, we've had I don't so what happened today was he came up, right? He came up and there was discussions already going on. Sharon had already given everybody the mind of when it's gonna be your turn, right? And so somebody tried to jump in front of me, which and I'd be like, hey, hey, hey. And then Rilla jumps in and say, because I'm letting old boy go, right? I'm letting whoever it was, I can't remember who it was, but I'm letting them go. I had no problem with it. Rilla just said, nah, nah, nah. Let bomb go. Let bomb go, right? And I'm like, it's okay. And because I think it was his turn. I'm not sure. But anyway, Rilla says that. And and then so I'm cool. I still ain't got no problem with it, right? He talking to whoever he talking to. And then after that person finished, I start talking. And then when Rilla, he jumps in, right? And he says, well, Bomb Cherry, like I shouldn't have tried to help you. He didn't use those words help me, but he was basically saying that, I guess he didn't like what I said when it was my turn. That now when it's his turn, he's kind of saying, well, I feel bad that I even, tried to help you out. And so now I'm realizing like I didn't say nothing negative to him or anything. I don't know why he was coming at me, right? I'm realizing that instead of him just saying what he want to say, he for me. And I'm like, cool. Well, I don't really have no problem with it. But if you're gonna come for me, then I'm gonna come for you. Now that's what I noticed, right? They come for me, and when I go for them, then they start screaming, boo hoo, boo hoo, boo hoo. You come for me, and then I don't take it serious. I'm just letting you know. Hey, I'm here to play. You want to play? I'm here to play. You jump off the porch, I jump off the porch with you, and I'm like, here I go. And then he'd be like, oh, Bomb, what's your problem? Bomb, you just don't like what I'm saying. Bomb, just because I disagree with you, I'm like, dude, I don't even know whether you disagree or not, because I didn't even give you a chance to talk about what you agree or disagree with. I'm just wondering why you can't coming for me with the first couple of words that come out of your mouth. Like you do know this is this is Friday, baby. This is messy Friday. I forget what he called it exactly. You know, and so we could do this if you want. Well, Mom, I don't know what the problem is. I don't know what the problem is. Nothing wrong with me. Dude, I don't have no problem with you disagreeing with me. I'm okay with disagreements. Now, this has happened before. Now, not the last time that it happened, I didn't get on him. I let it slide just like I used to let it slide a whole lot. And actually, used to kind of gave him some respect. Why? I don't know, right? I do that with people. I just give them instant respect. I'm like, you find out he married, I don't really see him in a whole lot of mess. But when I notice when I'm on certain panels and he come for me, and then I let it go. And then I realized the next time they come up and I'm on the panel, then it gets worse. It don't get better. It don't get better. Okay. I realize they take these little tiny steps until I blow up on 'em. And I don't have no and I will blow up on 'em. I don't know who these little fuck ass niggas think they listen, I don't love you. I am not your motherfucking mama. I'm not your grandmama, and I'm not your aunt for real. And if I was, you would know better than to play with me. You would know better than to play with me that way. But I'm not. And so I don't have to be nice to you when you are being disrespectful to me. And if you joking with me, then nigga chuck it up that I'm joking with you too. The fucking nerves of these motherfucking idiots. And then some of you bitches who agree with him. Okay, so we're gonna get on that in a minute. And so anyway, I'm letting them know, like, hey, I didn't ask you to help me out. Now I'm gonna name the few panels this nigga done this to, and if he called me a liar, there's a couple of channels I can never go back because JP lost his channel. J Prince lost his channel. He done it over there. He's done it by Sharon before. He's done it over there by DJ Witch Doctor, and there's somewhere else. Where these are the times when I called him out. What I'm speaking on. Somewhere else I was. I think over there with maybe a nightish. Yeah, I think I was. So there's been a few times I had to jump off the porch with this nigga. And I'm like, hey, like, why you coming for me? And then when I come, he starts to fucking cry. So, you know, um, I don't know what's wrong with these little niggas. They think they know everything. But even if I'm wrong, they're right. Like, I'm being respectful to you. I don't know what your problem is, even though I'm about to prove that I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And this is the thing, though, because some of you motherfucking women too, right? You will be siding with him as if what he's saying is true. And the thing is, though, you barely can hear what I was saying because he wouldn't fucking stop, right? He wouldn't stop even when it's my turn. And when it's my turn, and he wouldn't fucking stop. He took, and remember, it was my turn. So the part I'm talking about now, I spoke. He then told me, I don't know why, why I even come up here to help you. I'm like, nigga, I need your motherfucking help, right? So I did interrupt him on that, but then I let him go, right? He said what he said. Then the motherfucker he comes up, y'all would cut off your nose and spite your face, and then he started talking about how there's a boycott um with no demands, and that is not true, right? There's actual demands to the boycott. Um, I I mentioned, later on that there actually was two boycotts going on at the same time, which kind of means that one group did a boycott, and that was for their group. It was for their group in their area. I'm not sure the particulars about it, but I do know um it was a you know it was through a church. But then there's a whole nother organization that says, yes, we're gonna get behind on this, um, and says, okay, we're doing a boycott. And then they put out their demands. The bad thing about the goddamn minister that nobody fucking really trusts, right? Because all they got to do is be offered some money. That's what happened with these men. When the men control shit, it can be it could go bad. You understand? Now the women standing firm. You understand? The women standing firm, but I think that's what that Rilla don't like, right? He probably don't like the fact that the man said it's over, but the women is like, nah, this ain't no. The women are saying, nah, these are the demands. And by the way, the man agreed with the demands too, but he decided, well, they're giving us this, and this, even though they ain't giving us this, even though it's the most important one. Well, they probably offered him some money line in his pocket, and so he was ready to fold them. You know what I'm saying? Like the song say, gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Well, when it comes to some of these whack ass motherfucking men, right? All you gotta do is give them a little money, right? They probably gonna think they get a little fame because they're gonna be the ones who ended Target offer them something. They probably gonna be some photo ops and shit like that. You know what I mean? And then like he cool, but he don't care about the rest of the people, not the community for real. But the women is like, oh no, this ain't no. If he want to end his, he can end his. But no, ladies, we haven't gotten this, and this. We want some assurance that yes, they're gonna put our products in. They're gonna treat those business people more fairly. There's quite a few things that they require, but the largest one that they refuse to do, I can't remember exactly what it is at this moment, but if I need to, I'll pull it up. Okay. If y'all need me to pull it up, I will pull it up. I don't have no problem putting it up. Let me see what this stuff is, y'all. Got some. I don't know what none of this stuff is. Okay. It looked like I got some stuff here. Okay. What is there's some stuff that I've never seen before. Timer. What's the timer? What that does? Timer. Oh, okay, I see what that is. That's where when people send super chats, how long it'll stay up there. Okay, that's cool. Um, okay. I'm learning some new stuff that they got popped up here that I never saw before. I'm gonna say hello to everybody in a minute, as soon as I can see. Uh, okay. Anyway, what's going on, Land? Hey, Stanley, how you doing? Stanley came over. He said I have never understood the music dance thing as definitional black and I'm from Savannah, Georgia. I know that's right. Look, I'm gonna put the link in a minute. Okay. Anyway, and then everybody could come up. So anyway, so get back to it, right? So then he starts talking about, it's okay. He can have his opinion about the boycott if he wants. But when we keep correcting him and saying, hey, there is an agenda. These people didn't just say, yeah, like somebody sent a super chat and said that it was a temper tantrum. I think that's how you say it, right? Temper tantrum. Yeah, somebody had sent us, but that's ridiculous, right? These people thought this stuff through. I don't know why they think all black people are stupid. You know what I mean? I think people project a lot. And so if they are stupid, they figured that people are like them. Since they're stupid, they think everybody's stupid. That actually is an agenda. Okay. And he then says something like, hey, they how many black companies are in Walmart? How many black companies are in Nordstrom, right? So I've gone to Nordstrom before. He mentioned Macy's. I haven't been to Macy's in a long time. I didn't even know if Macy's still there. I think Sears no longer there and things like that. But I didn't know Nostrums, right? Like, cause I haven't been there in a long time. But when I did go there, I used to see some black products there. Now, of course, there could be way more. But the way he asked the question, how many are there? He's almost like, I don't know. Like, to me, when you asking how many are there, you are essentially saying, hey, there's none there, or there's minimal there, right? Uh, and I'm thinking, well, Target don't have that many uh there. So I'm assuming that if Target has 50 black companies throughout their stores, and for some reason he think they have the largest amount of black products in their stores, then he's essentially saying the others don't have it. Okay. Um, what and listen, whether they have black products in their stores or not, if they don't have what I need, then guess what? Then I won't be buying. I can't buy what they don't have, and I'm okay with it because we ain't got no choice anyway, right? Some of the arguments though that I hear from some of these black people is ridiculous though, right? It's ridiculous because they are arguing the fact that we, a group of us, right, don't won't spend our money with them. Like that's what the protest is. The protest is, hey, I used to come to you, I ain't coming to you no more. That's it. When black people want to do some shit like that, other people get mad at us. You how you mad at me for not spending money with you? In fact, nobody should be mad. They'd be like, hey, okay, I get to spend my money where the hell I want to spend my money. And when we come together as a group and we make a big dent in their profit shares, then that's when they pay attention. Okay. And I remember having this conversation over there by Sharon about a year ago when it first started. And a lot of them same people had a problem with it, talking about it wasn't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. Be like, okay, listen, you go shop where you want to shop. You probably don't shop there anyway. There's a lot of people who shot at Target or did anyway, of all races of people. Black people gave it that term Target, right? Making it like it's lifting it up above Walmart. I ain't gonna lie, I don't see it no better than Walmart to me. Okay. Um, in fact, the Target that was here, I had to go to the mall to go to. I ain't going to no goddamn mall to go to no goddamn Target. Okay. Ain't no way. I could go to three, four Walmarts and a lot of other stores they got between before I go to the mall to go to Target. But I'm not a Target shop. I think I shopped there once. Okay. And that's because I was already at the mall. I was already at the mall. So I went looking through. I was like, damn, they got an actual store like this inside the mall. Like right across from Macy's. That's where this goddamn Target is in the mall. Okay. But anyway, besides all of that. So check it out. So it's okay that we disagree. I'm okay with him disagreeing with me. I disagree with him. But how you disagree with the facts? You know what I mean? Like, so I went in the back and put a link in, y'all. I put a link in and saying, hey, just read this, you will see that you're wrong. They tell how much Target has lost, how much money they've lost. They tell you how a CEO, a new CEO who got on and they got rid of him. The CEO who actually made the change about getting rid of the DEI, they got rid of it, right? They got rid of it. They trying to fix what they broke. They trying to fix what they broke. But they still want to save face because we know, for those of us who know, the Target thing is political. It is political. They wanted to put out their hands to our new, this person who's in office right now. But that's what made it worse. See, I think for the most part, if it wasn't that and dealing with that and all this racial thing, we know what DEI stands for. It actually stands for one thing, but not in this climate. We know when they talk about she's a DEI, he's a DEI, they are talking about Black people for the most part. And that is what people are really protesting. Okay. It would be something else if Target would have said, hey, our numbers are down, our profits has been down, so we're gonna pull back on some of this and that. But no, Target came straight out saying they not rocking with DEI. That's what they said. And people can feel how they want to feel about it. And for those of us, right? And when I say us, I'm talking about me, but the truth is I don't give a F about no Target. Okay. I have a hard time not going to Walmart on some real stuff because they got the better prices. And so, but they got the bad rep. Why? Because Tarjay it makes sounds like it's a little more classy, even though basically the products are the same, except they have different names on it, come from the same place. Okay. And there's a lot of other companies who have benefited from people leaving Tarjay. Okay. Anyway, so getting back to Rilla, right? So Rilla said a few things, and it's okay, like when I he asked me why would they be two, because I did mention that there's the two, but he already knew that because he had already said it. And then when I said it, then he's, well, what does it make sense to have two boycotts? And I'm like, because it's two different groups. But he wouldn't let me speak. He just, oh, that don't make sense. Like you never, if I play the playback on that, you really will not know what Rilla was saying. Because Rilla was all over the place. Okay. Rilla was all it got so crazy that Rilla started making my point for me, right? And then he started talking about the back in the 60s with the Montgomery bus boycott. you know, and I don't know why he brought that up. I don't know. But I was like, well, I mentioned since he went that far back, I was like, well, he was like, does it make any sense for them to be two boycotts against that? I was like, well, yeah. I said it makes sense. I said because even back then you had Martin Luther King Jr., right? He he was doing his boycott, and then we had Malcolm X, right, boycotting. Um, and then the word boycott apparently throws him off because he's like, "What did Malcolm X boycott?" And so I asked him, "Do we know what boycott means?" So let's look that up real quick, y'all. And then I was like, "Well, just go look it up and see what boycott means, because you could boycott a government, right? A boycott means you decide not to participate in in order to show your grievances, in order to hopefully receive change, right? And my me saying that was basically saying, look, there's two different ends against the government, right? The government. And they decide to do it differently, but it's still they still want the same changes. They just have a different way of protesting or yeah, of protesting. We got Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. who was out there marching, right? And doing it non-violent, going about everything non-violent. Okay. And then we had Malcolm X, the Black Panthers, and we had the ones who believed in protection, right? They don't want to be abused. They're gonna protect themselves. Okay. Yes. He asked me a question, what did Malcolm X or the Black Panthers, right? Because I kind of put them along uh, together to a degree when it comes to self-protection and stuff like that. But let's go. What I said we're gonna look up, because there's a few things I want to hurry up get to so I can put the link in. First, the last thing we got to was Preppy, right? And so um Stanley, who's a little older than myself, right? Stanley says, yes, Preppy, because I think he was having a conversation originally, right? He was like, well, Preppy. So Witchcom said that the 80s was the Preppy era. Now, he said the Preppy era. Let's go look and see what the word era means. Let's do that first. Yeah, because I want to get through this really quickly so I can put the link and we could talk about something else. Era, because when I said, hey dude, the 80s was not the Preppy era, I mentioned that Preppy started way before that. Okay, way before that, y'all. Way before that, like 20 years before that. He's like, well, I didn't say it started there. I didn't say it started, I said that it was the era. So let's look up the word era. Give me a second, let me share the screen. Boy, see, and that's the thing, right? If he would have said, "Oh, okay, Bomb, you right. If you saying that there was Preppy before, then if you could show that, or if I could see that, then I see what you mean." Because all I was saying is the 80s was not the Preppy era. Because if we talking about era, there's Preppy is still a thing today. It hasn't stopped. Okay, so let's go look. Cause look, I could be wrong too. Let's take a look though and see. Let's take a look. Because what I saw is it wouldn't have been such a thing to me. But when I look in see in the chat, uh, people making it seem like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about and agreeing with his dumbass, it shocks me. You know what I'm saying? So let's go and let's take a look. Look, and the argument, and then look, the argument. Well, I'm gonna show you what the argument was after that. era is a long and distinct period of history with a particular future or characteristic, right? Y'all see that? So if it started way before the 80s and is still continuing today, would the 80s be the era or would it be a very long era? Right? We probably could go even further back than the time in which I'm going to show y'all. Okay. And then it's crazy because the next thing when I said, well, hey, I know I watched a show, right? I watched the show. The show was in the goddamn 70s, but the show was about the 40s and 50s, right? The show was on in the 70s. Because I remember I said, hey, this was going on in the 50s and 60s. And Stanley said, hey, I'm older than you. How would you know what was going on? And I said, I watched it on TV, right? I watched it on TV, but then I have parents. I have my parents. My parents, my parents were young parents. And I watched the way they dressed too. I had aunts and uncles, you know, who was older than I, of course, right? But I remember my mom always would tell me her stories of her in school. And she would tell me how they wore those skirt with the circle skirts with the poodles on it. And in case you didn't know, that was Preppy. She would mention the shoes, right? And they would have on their sweaters, and their sweaters was tucked in. And the way I can envision it so well is because that was on that TV show, Happy Days. But Happy Days wasn't the only TV show. They had movies and a lots of other things that were showing us how times were in the 40s and 50s, 60s, right? So I say, hey, when did Preppy start? And I'm like, well, I know that he's wrong about it starting in the 80s. And he says, well, he didn't say it started in the 80s. He said that's the era. And I said, well, okay, well, if you're saying era, then we're still in that era because we can see a lot of people dressing preppy today. In fact, yes, when have I not seen preppy dress? And you know what they started to then say? Well, Bomb, we talking about black people. And I'm like, what? What you mean when black people started? So apparently people think we are different than other people. Because if there's a dress style happening in our country, then that dress style isn't just happening with one group of people. In fact, most of the time, they get their styles from us. We don't usually get our styles from them. They usually get the styles from us. So to then say, well, Bomb, even though you saw Happy Days, those were preppy, those were white people, but black people didn't do it into the 80s is ridiculous. That is so outrageous and so crazy that I can't even believe they said it. And I didn't get a chance to really kind of, because people wouldn't let you talk. They kept wanting to interfere, keep and then the topic changed, which you know what I mean? Like from nowhere, it which is okay, right? But I I'm thinking to myself, I didn't even know there was a poll to see which one of us was right. Until I went in the chat, I'm like, oh, there's a poll to see which one of us is right. Is it Rilla or myself? And I see that the poll is saying Rilla is right. So Let's see. Is Rilla right? Let's see. So era, if something is still going on, still today, I could show you black people being preppy today, right? Then that means it's still happening, right? So we would still be in that era, right? Because it still would be a period of time, right? Where that thing is happening, when people still dress that way. But then I'm gonna show you where before the 80s, even I was dressing preppy before the 80s. But I mentioned Happy Days. And then when I realized they recognize only white people, I could tell that they're young because see, you didn't see a lot of black TV on in the goddamn 70s. I saw black exploitation movies, but I didn't see a whole lot of sitcoms with black people. The Jeffersons and the one with JJ, I can't remember the name of it, and Red Fox. Can't remember the name of that. Trying to think of what else. Mm, Red Fox with him and Lamont. And then they had another one with the mother. I think the mother, mm, I think did she work at a diner or did she work at a hospital? And yeah, she worked at the hospital. The kids was always at the diner. And I think his name was Roger. The brother tall skinny was Roger. And the chubby one, I think it was Rerun. And DD or D was the little sister. And they had the light skinned one. I forget, I can't think of his name right now. But anyway, listen, I those are the three shows that I can remember. Three or four, right? Um, so it was Happy Days was white, but that was way more white. You see what I'm saying? Because I can name lots of white shows. Okay. Cara Burnett show. Like we could go on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? The one who had the meathead for the son-in-law. Okay, I can't think of the name of these shows because I'm really bad. And I ain't watch a whole lot of TV anyway. It depends on who house I was at. If I was at my grandmother's house, then yeah, we had to watch TV, okay? We watched TV at night because that's what she did. She had this little tiny ass, black and white goddamn TV. Okay. And it was so small, y'all. It was like so small, black and white. And she would watch her Cara Burnett, and she would watch Hee Haw, and she would watch, you know what I'm saying? She watched the We didn't watch TV in the daytime there. And the TV was never on the daytime. It was on the bayou. We was out, kids was out playing, fishing or hunting. We were doing what the hell we wanted to do. Okay. And but when the mosquitoes came out on our ass, we was indoors. And that's when that little small ass black and white little ass TV came out. You know what I'm saying? She would take it out. The TV used to fit in a drawer, y'all. My grandmother used to put the TV in a drawer when she put it away. And then when she would take it out the drawer and sit it on top of this, I don't know, like I don't even know. I think if I can remember, I thought it was like a stove that sometimes she would cook on in the room. Okay. And she would put that shit right there and turn that shit on, and we would be watching this little ass TV. But anyway, but the idea that we're gonna say that first of all, we're gonna say that uh what's the name of it again? Happy Days, that wasn't preppy. And what is her name? Oh, damn. Verbal said that they wasn't preppy, they was greasers, which is a term. Greasers is the term for the men, and the reason they called them that is because they had grease in their hair, right? But it really was for the poor ones. So greasers, though, wasn't referred to as greasers on Happy Days, but they was referred to as greasers on that what it was called. It was a movie that I saw, and they did dress that way, but I didn't say that the Fonz dressed preppy. I didn't say that. The Fonz had on jeans, okay, and a leather jacket. But Richard Cunningham, though, he was preppy. Okay, that was the clean cut white boy. But I, in particular, mentioned I talked about the women's style dress because I know I did. I said it was a circle skirt with a poodle. And you know what that fool when he came back, Rilla, right? When Rilla came back, he lied and said that I said it was a pencil skirt. I said I never said it was a yes, you did. I said I never mentioned no pencil skirt. I don't even know if he know the difference between a circle skirt and a pencil skirt, but I do. And it's weird because he started to crack and mention me sewing. So you mean to tell me I sew, but I don't know what a circle skirt is and a pencil skirt? Because a pencil skirt, y'all, is straight. In fact, a pencil skirt is straight and it needs a split so you can walk because that's how forming it fits. Pencil skirts usually have a split. It may have it in the back, it could be on the side, it could be even in the front. Circle skirt though is the ones when at the sock hops, right? That's what when they was wearing those socks, because that's why they call it sock hop due to those socks. Those was preppy. That's a preppy style. They would wear their circle skirts with their socks, right? Their socks used to have a ball in the back, and they had on them preppy shoes, and they had on their sweaters and things. Well, back then that was the preppy style. But let's go further back than that. I because they was like, well, that was white people. I'm like, white people was dressing that way, and so was black people. We probably made created the styles. Now let's go. I went back further and said, well, Malcolm X. I said Malcolm X was dressing preppy, and it was like Malcolm X wasn't dressing preppy. He was dressing business. I was like, what? I said, okay. I don't know what that mean with dressing business. I don't know exactly what that mean. I don't think they know what prepping mean. But then I said, well, before he was even considered Malcolm X, right? Because I can't remember what his name was, y'all. Right. And somebody said when he was red, I said, yeah. I said, that's preppy. And you know what they said? No, that wasn't. That's zoot suit. I said, okay. Like I give up. I don't even know. Right. So the name of the suit is called a zoot suit, but the style there is no suit called preppy. There is a style called preppy. And in case you didn't know, the zoot suit falls in preppy. Oh, but you know what else considered preppy? Them business suits, depending on how they wearing them, right? So now we would have to go and define what the hell preppy means. Because see, I think people have like because he said that looking at the show, which I with the Huxtables, right? I don't know the name of the show, but the Huxtables. He said Theo was preppy, and I don't know what Theo was. I didn't watch the show, but based on what I did see of the show, I saw where yeah they made dress preppy. I don't know. I tried to look up and see what Theo wore. I never really watched that show. Okay. Um who did dress Peppy? What his name? The one who's married to the woman with the bald head today. He was in that show with his Uncle Phil. Here is a story long about my what's the name of that movie? When he had to leave, he left his home and stayed with his uncle in Bel Air. That's all I know. I don't know the name of the show, but anyway, he what his name dressed preppy. His cousin dressed preppy, and sometimes he dressed preppy, right? He was kind of hip hop, but his cousin dressed preppy, and his cousin, all his cousins, all of them in their house dressed preppy, right? The older sister and the Colton, I know his name. Colton lived that preppy lifestyle that Stanley was talking about. I guess that would be that lifestyle. I don't know exactly what lifestyle and the preppy lifestyle is. I'm not sure exactly what that is. So I tried to ask Stanley, but Stanley wanted to run and talk about. I don't know what the hell he was talking about, but I was trying to, because I wanted to know what he considered the preppy lifestyle. Because I dress preppy when I went most of the time. Okay, yeah, I I, I dress preppy most of the time, and until I became of a certain age and started wearing dresses and stuff. Other than that, I was wearing pants. I'll have sweater on my back. I would have on a white collared shirt, and it didn't have no names on it because baby, I ain't had no money like that. Shit, it doesn't matter what the name brand is. I think that's when you younger, right? And and you put everything to a name. But before we was doing such a thing, baby, prepping was still a thing. And so a white collared t-shirt with my with shoulder pads in my motherfucker, right? And I got on a yellow sweater, but the sweater's not on me. I actually have the sweater on my back with the sleeves around my neck and folded up in front of me, looking all cute, like it could be a necklace. Okay. And with my pants that match my either the pants would either match my shirt or they will match the color of the sweater. And I'll have on my flat shoes. And they usually was them cheap ass shoes from I don't think it was called Payless. It may have been. I don't know. But it was cheap ass shoes that cost like they was them sneakers and they were just all white canvas. And it would be clean as hell. Okay. That was preppy. And guess what? I was dressing like that before the motherfucking 80s. Okay. Because in the 70s, that's when the shoulder pads came out. The shoulder pads was out in the late 70s, in the 80s, and I don't know when that shit went away. Okay, maybe in the 90s. I don't know. But so but let's go look and see when Preppy started, because I think I do have it. Let me see, we're gonna find it real quick, baby. Here go the greasers. What does greaser mean? Most greasers grew their hair long than usual and it was plied with grease. And that was in the 50s. And those were the rockers like Elvis Presley. And it says it right there. Chuck Berry was a greaser. Little Richard was a greaser. You see that? So even though there's a white person who was a greaser, black people was also doing the same things. In fact, we may have been the ones who made it popular. We may be the ones who made it popular. Richard Cunningham was not a greaser though. Richard Cunningham was a clean cut white boy. He would also have on, just like what I just said, a pair of pants. His socks may have been showing, and he probably had on that sweater the same way I had that sweater on. And he was in the 50s. In the fucking 50s. Okay. Anyway, let's take greasers off. Cause I just had to make a point, baby. Because my brother be like, well, Bomb wrong. Bomb don't know what she said. Okay. And I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. Just pull up the motherfucking proofs. That's all. And by the way, I know I be on panels and shit. I really don't just be saying just any fucking thing. Like as y'all can see, and every time y'all see me share my screen, you know what you see? A whole lot of tabs at the top. A whole lot of tabs at the top. If I'm having a discussion about something I don't know, then I will go and grab some information. So I am not the one who be on panels just saying any goddamn thing. Although that's what people like to claim. But I'm just saying anything. Really. So I'm just saying anything. Okay, here we go. We're gonna do some key points. Since people like this AI shit. To understand when preppy style started, consider these key points. Originated in the 1950s among the Ivy League students in the United States. Influenced by traditional American sportswear and collegiate fashion. Gained popularity through brands like Brooks Brothers and lacrosse. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Okay, that's I think that's that one with the alligator. Associated with polished, clean cut aesthetics, featuring khakis, blazers, and polo shirts. Clean, polished, clean cut aesthetics. You mean like Malcolm X? You mean like the zoot suits, the clean cut aesthetics, where they actually look like they possibly about to either go out somewhere, right, or to get a job? It depends, right? Because the zoot suit that you saw in that movie with the high, with all them colors, I think purple and yellow and shit like that. Yeah, that's a zoot suit. And then they had those that weren't so vibrant in colors, in case you didn't know. It's almost like people information come from movies. And so a movie only lasts for maybe 3 hours, right? That's a long movie if it's 3 hours. And so they're gonna show you what they show you. Could you imagine though what they don't show you still exists? So people saw a movie with Malcolm X when he was red. Like I wouldn't have known to call him red if it wasn't for that movie, to be honest. Right? I think his name was Little. Wasn't his last name Little? I remember I can't remember the first name, but I remember the Little, and then I know him as Malcolm X. So I know him as something Little, and then I know him as Malcolm X. If it wasn't for that movie, I wouldn't have known him as Red. But people remember the movie, and then they associate everything that they know about him, and everything they think they know, everything about Malcolm X, they think they know because they seen that movie. And so, since you know that a zoot suit, he wore a zoot suit, and his zoot suit, if I'm correct, I might be wrong. I could have sworn it was purple, but I might be wrong on that. So don't quote me, okay? Um, I saw that movie. It was a long time ago. I remember him and which come they walk, and the way they were swaying their arms, and it just looked cool, right? But I bet you motherfuckers who saw that movie though, I bet they think that's exactly how all the men back then was walking, right? You may even think that Malcolm X himself was walking that way for real. You wouldn't even think that maybe they added that to the movie just for flavor and flair. But then you would have to know how to read and understand that that things get added just for that. Just for that. Okay. Um, but anyway, so Brooks Brothers, right? If I'm correct, Brooks Brothers shoes. I sworn they were shoes. Also, when I mentioned shoes, when mentioned sock hops and the shoes the ladies wore, right? They were flat. They wasn't heels, right? When I mentioned that, uh, I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, I bet you most people don't even have an idea of the fuck I'm talking about. If you're a certain age, I think they called them because I have a pattern, Mary Janes. Yeah, I think they were called Mary Jane. And listen, if you're a certain age, you don't even know what I'm talking about. And that is my point. My point is, you can't be younger than me, telling me about some shit that happened before you and act like you like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I know shit you don't know, and that's okay. And even if you heard about Mary Jane's, have have you had a pair? Because I have. Okay. And and that's what some of these, especially the men, right? The women don't do it so much. Sometimes they do. I'd be like, Leah, you don't know, we had a whole conversation about generations, and there's other generations that I know about. I never mentioned. Because what I mean, like we know about the baby boomers, right? The silent generation, right? Y'all know about the Jones generation? I know we don't mention that. So when they was talking about telling me there's a generation, right, between millennial and Z, right? I knew they was, and like I said, they slide these generations in there until they get it marked down exactly how they want it, and then those smaller ones go away. That's why y'all don't know what the Jones generation is. I don't even want to go further back than what I've already mentioned, right? It don't even make no sense. But I can assure you that, yeah, there's a Jones generation. I just be like, okay, look, we having an argument. It don't make no sense to go further and throw something else in the mix. Okay, but yeah, but my mom would be in the Jones generation. Okay. Anyway, so check this out. Ex- Look what they say about the motherfucking ladies. So I'm sorry, because I could be wrong. Let's look at the top. Look, they talking about preppy style, right? That's what we was talking about. But you see what they say right here? It says right here, experience a resurgence in the 1980s. That means it popped up again in the 1980s. That means it's not the beginning. And it's if anything will be the era, it will be the beginning era. But like I said, it never went away, but it did make a resurgence, right? It came back in the 1980s. And look what it's linked to. Because I remember this term, yuppie, yuppie culture, right? Um, So I don't know about the preppy culture. I heard about the yuppie culture, right? They dress a certain way, they act a certain way. I think that's what maybe what Stanley was talking about. I'm about to put the link in so we could maybe he'll let us know. But yeah. So they say continues to evolve, blended in model trends while maintaining its classic roots. Okay. So if it continues, uh that means we would still be in that era. Okay. But then somebody said, well, I understood what he's saying. Well, listen, you can understand what somebody's saying when they're wrong. So you can tell them, hey, I understand what you meant to say, or I understand what you said, but hey, you might want to correct it here. But people be like, well, I understand what you're saying. I'll be like, well, can you tell it to us the correct way? Because if people don't understand, we own panels with lots of people listening, which means people listening and people grasping, they may be learning something for the first time, or maybe not, right? What That's when they come in and they will also offer some information, and then my information with their information and your information, and we come up with this great ball of information, right? But what happens when somebody put out some false information, right? And then people don't know who to believe. They wonder, well, I'm right, is he right? Who's right? And then somebody comes along, a third party, and instead of them setting the record straight, they'll say, well, I understand what he meant or what he's saying. And then I'm like, oh, well, what is he saying? Because if he's saying anything different than what I'm saying, then he's not right. You can't say that you heard somebody say something wrong, but you understood what they're saying. You know what I mean? Like, because I'd be like, look, like, did you mean to say this? Or maybe did you use the wrong word? Did you mean to say it's not instead of it is? Or like I'm confused. I'm confused. And since we have other people listening, and you and that shit that dude tried to do, that real dude, that nigga tried to make it seem like, oh, Bomb, you just want to perform now. Oh, Bomb, you just want attention now. Fuck that bum ass motherfucking nigga. Fuck, I don't need his ass to get no motherfucking attention. And that's what I'm talking about, that passive aggressive shit. That's that passive aggressive shit. Then I guess he want to joke and say, you want to make me something. Then I'm like, go ask your wife to make it for you. Like right now, you telling me that I'm trying to perform, you letting everybody know that Bomb just wants some fucking attention, which is fucking ridiculous. I was on that panel before he got there, and we were just having discussions. That is it. I got in when I could get in, and I got out when I couldn't get in, or when it wasn't my turn. And so why would when he get up there, at that time is when I need some attention? And that's what I'm talking about, passive aggressive. Some people look at that and be like, oh, Bob, he ain't do nothing. You overlook it. Nah, I know what the fuck. Now, your ass might be slow, bitch, and you ain't see what he did, right? Because he didn't do it to you. But if he did it to you, then you would understand, right? Now, see, and because he does it to me, and he's done it several times, right? Most of the time, I put it in the pocket, I let that shit go. But when they do it again, then I realize, okay, this is a fucking pattern. So now I'm keeping score. Cause bitch, I'm a Scorpio, bitch. I'm keeping score. And then when I don't feel like this motherfucker trying to play me like this, then I jump off the motherfucking porch. And then the little nigga wanna start, oh, what's going on, Bama? I ain't do you nothing. He'll make it seem like I started with him. And it may look like I started with him if you wasn't there for the whole conversation. And if you wasn't listening to what the nigga said. But that's why I stopped him in his fucking tracks. Instead of waiting, because if I would have waited till it was my turn again and I would have brought it up, people would have been like, they don't even know what I'm talking about. So I brought it up right when it was being done. And even then, people still forgot. Oh, what he do to buy me and do you nothing? I don't give a fuck what you think he did or didn't do to me. The only person who uh who I care about caring about the shit is me, bitch. Like if I think the nigga did something, then I the nigga did something. Okay. And I'm gonna make sure that nigga don't do it again. He not gonna play with me again. The last time I said something to the nigga, I was like, oh, it's okay. Nah, fuck that little nigga. And every time I see him, just what I already said, it's on go. He ain't gonna never get the opportunity to catch me off guard no more. Soon as I see that fuck nigga on a panel, I'm gonna go up there. And then I am gonna take the first shot every time. And that's my word. Okay. And I want him to know it. I want to know. You ain't gonna play with me, nigga, like you try to uh want to play. You ain't playing with me. I don't know who else you play with. I seen you to get kicked all over this motherfucker from niggas and bitches. You ain't gonna play with me and then try to make it gaslight me and make it seem like I'm saying something or doing something that for nothing. Okay. Um that's all I gotta say about that. Now let me anything else about the preppy? Oh, let's go look and see at some preppy styles real quick. Let me see. Now, see all these motherfucking things. Everything we spoke about today is on one of these things. As far as the Target stuff, as far as the preppy shit. Look, the styles in the 60s, right? And the colors and shit like that. I even look like we already saw here goes some preppy fashion for your ass. Here we go. Ooh. Remember what I said? I would have my shirt and my sweater wrapped around me just like that. Okay. Um, here's the preppy style. It don't matter what the name of the clothing is. For especially in our black community, we ain't give a damn. In fact, I remember when they used to take this little man and that gator, because they got a shirt with a gator on it and they had this polo right here, right? They would take that off of the clothes and put it on their shoes. We are creative motherfuckers, okay? In our community, we will revamp some shit. Okay. I remember people putting the gators on their sneakers. Okay. Or on their clothes, or like in other places on their clothes, on their pants and shit like that. All that was preppy. When I was dancing to the name of the song goes, shout, shout, let it all out. These are the things I can do without. Come on. I was in the club and there was this crazy ass dance, y'all. Look, we were black. We was dancing to that shit. And there would be some white motherfuckers in there with us too, but it was mostly black people. And yes, that's in the 80s right there. Okay. That song. It was called if I'm correct, it's called Shout. I don't know, that might be the name of it, but I think it's called can't think of the name of the group. Shout. Uh, I think it was from like overseas, London or somewhere. I don't know. They may have been from America. Who knows? Shit. Um. Anyway, so let's get back into this style. So that's preppy. This look like 80s. I don't even know what preppy in the 90s look like, but I guess we'll look. Okay. Here all the gear and the polo shirt, the button downs, right? The sweaters, the sweater vests, the blazers, and the cardigans. I've had every single piece except I didn't have no polo shirt. Okay. Um, yeah, I didn't have no shirts with no names on it. We was against that shit in the South. The only thing I've ever had on my clothing, we used to take them Lee patches off. Um, I did have a pair of ugly. I could have considered them ugly now, but they was fitting me good, baby. I had some Gloria Vanderbilt jeans, okay, and I think that was a swan on the pocket, if I'm correct. Um, but and I had some Jabot jeans, right? Um, and that's it. Lee's, I didn't never like Lee's. Lee's was really like a thick ass jean material. Them Lee jeans, baby. Uh, yeah, they were tough. Yeah, them jeans was tough. And so I never had no Lee jeans. I didn't like those. Levi's, um, Levi's and my Jabot pant, they wasn't jeans. They was slacks. They were white. Um, and them Gloria Vanderbilt jeans. Can't remember one of my aunts or somebody bought that for me for Christmas. And that's the only reason I had them, because if I would have had to buy them myself, I wouldn't have bought them things. Right. But I did ended up liking them because they fit nicely. You know, that they was fitting nicely on me. My Jabots though was baggy, right? I didn't wear. I really didn't wear fitted things. Especially as I became a certain age. Um, I dressed preppy. My pants was oversized and with a belt and like I said, a sweater, cardigan, uh, a shirt, a button up, which they call a button down, and yeah, I don't have any pictures, y'all, of me dressed anyway until I became an adult, and then I was if I was out at the club, then that was gonna be a little different. Okay, um, so here are the preppy. Now let's go into the beginning though of the preppy. Let's go. Let's see. I see a poodle, y'all. Poodle, 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 poodle. Oh, DG. No, DG. No. Poodle. Two poles, DLE. Okay. Let's see. Just in case y'all don't know what we're talking about. This is not a circle skirt. Now this is not a pencil skirt. I never mentioned pencil skirt. This is like a preppy style in the 50s. Okay. Remember, it's always going to be about what they wore in that time. So, what did they consider for the Ivy League, the educated ones? What did they wear? Okay. Now, if this is considered preppy back then, cardigan, button down, sweaters, skirts for the girls or the women. Okay. Let's see. This is a 1950s poodle skirt. And I always wanted a poodle skirt when I was a little girl. My mom used to tell me about them so much. She used to mention, you know, my mom was a young mother. She was 19 when she had me, and she would talk about how she dressed, going to sock hops. That's what they call. We call them like um school dances today, but a sock hop is a school dance. And I I asked her why they call them sock hops. Can't remember exactly what she told me, but okay. But I hope I ain't got to prove to y'all that it started in the 50s because I think I already did with another link right here when it says originated in the 50s among League students in the United States. Okay. Now they talk about United States. I don't know about where any other country. I guess I could look that up, but the aesthetics is usually uh blazers, polished, clean cut. Okay. And that's when the term came about. But remember, styles been around for a very long time. Names come and go. Okay. They come and go. Um, and right now they might be calling it something else. Like I didn't got I think they call it some people pronounce it got got was called something else when I was younger. I didn't start hearing got until maybe 2000s in the 2000s somewhere. But I did see people wearing all black in school, you know, and they just wasn't just white people; they was black people. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't just white people; it was black people who did it the most. And depends on where you live, because the truth is, I saw black people wearing black the most. I would see black people doing certain things most. Now, when you talk about rock, if you talk about that kind of stuff, devil worship kind of music they were listening to and things like that, that's when I mostly never saw black people doing that. But that don't mean they didn't do it. Okay, I think black people do it more today. The kids today, they're a little more open to all kinds of shit today. Okay. Um but back then, we didn't have access to a lot of things to know about a lot of things. I have access to no devil worshiping music. I still don't have no access to no shit like that. I still ain't never heard no devil worship music, okay? I know it exists. That's all I can say. So I don't know what color, who doing what more than the other. I no longer know that. You younger people might be able to tell me, but then you would have to be around those type of people to tell me. You can't just guess. Just because you don't do it or nobody in your area do it that you see doesn't mean that people aren't doing it. Doesn't mean that black people aren't doing it. It just means that people in your area, you don't see them doing it. But we know black people do it because they got a lot of them. They self-harming themselves and shit. And that's where they get all them ideas from. The actual music. Okay? Actual music. Now let me put the link in. And anybody got something to say, come and say it. And other than that, I'm hungry. I call hubby. What time is it? Damn, he should have been home by now. It's Friday. He might be downstairs. Oh, look like somebody sent me a cash app. Thank you to Lena. Look like she sent me some cash app for the wait. I gotta make sure. Okay, for the support. Thank you. Right when cash app was Prime was taking money from me, girl. Look, you sent the money and it paid the Prime. It's crazy. Look, I got two. One says you just paid Prime $7.99, and then the other one said Lena Lena sent you $5.99 or something. I don't know, something like that. That's crazy. That's crazy work. Okay, let me grab the link. Man, I'm at the that Cash App thing. I got my goddamn Prime coming from it. What else? Apple Music, which I'm thinking about ditching it. Okay, so I got to figure out how to play music for free, baby, because I don't like paying. I don't like. I don't like paying for Apple Music no more. Shit. Okay, I ain't gonna lie. And what else? And then we seem to have Prime, and then I have Hulu, and then I have what's what's the other one? Netflix. And I ain't gonna lie, I gotta go through them all and see which one I'm gonna keep because I don't need them all. One of them though come with, I think I got a subscription on top of it, like MGM Plus, because I like looking at a show that I look at called From. I love From, y'all. Oh, let me tell y'all that I watched a movie a couple of nights ago. It was so good. It's a black movie, y'all. Viola, what is her name? Viola Davis or something like that. I don't even know Viola because my grandmother's name was Viola, but I think her name Viola. And her last name might be Davis. I don't know. But anyway, she is in an action-packed movie, baby, and that shit is good. I'm talking about it was so good. I was tired when I started and I couldn't go to sleep until that shit ended. That shit was on fire, y'all. It's a black woman, action-packed, y'all. She is the fucking hero, y'all. Y'all got to see it if you haven't seen it. And it's on one of these shows. Let me see which one it's on, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all before. Let me go find it. I think it's on I don't know which one. Because I get confused, okay? I have Hulu, Netflix, and Prime. Then I have Roku channel, because that's what let me see. I think it might be on, let me look on Prime first. I don't know. I'm gonna tell you the name of it. I'll write this shit down, okay? Because I'm telling you it's good, okay? It's good. Now, what I watched last night, I'm gonna tell you what I watched last night on this morning, and maybe we'll do some days where y'all come on the Zoom and we watch a movie together. Oh, these motherfuckers telling me I gotta update my payment. What's up, man? Right? What is it? Well, who did I just say I went to? I ain't updating nothing. Okay, who is this? Look at me. Oh, this Prime. Bobby is the one who pay Prime. What's going on? I talking about I gotta update it. Shit. when they try to take the money. I'm like, anyway, let me see what the name of that movie is. It might not be on Prime. Let me see. Amazing King. I got to get rid of some of these things, okay? But I can't get rid of Prime because I look at From on Prime, okay? And From is good. I don't think it was on Prime. What is goddamn movie at? It was so good. What do I go to see? What I The Beekeeper was good, y'all. I like all the Equalizers, the movies, and I like both of the Accountant. The Accountant two was good, and the first one. Um, I do not. It must not be on Prime. Okay, let me go. Um, yeah, because I don't see it. It should be. Okay, it's not Prime. Wait, but this is Prime. Okay, let's get off of Prime. I'm coming, y'all. I just gotta, because I have to promote this movie, okay? This black woman is good in this movie. So she got a black son and daughter, and her husband black. Baby, let me tell you something. It's a black thing, okay? Let me go see if it's on Netflix. Hold up. I think it's like a D and a number or something like that. I don't know. We're gonna look. Um, mm, no, I don't know what the hell that is. Oh, I knew. Let's see. Uh, it might not be on here. This is Netflix, right? Yeah, it's Netflix. Okay, let's see. Where the hell the movie at? Sandman. I look at that. Okay. Oh, and I looked at the Mayfair Witches. Now that shit was good. Okay, so this is what this is again. Oh, that's Netflix. Okay. So it's not, I don't think it's on Netflix. Let's go to the next one. I hate this shit. I have to do this every time I look at something. I never know where I was looking at it at. Okay. So we on Hulu right now. I'm gonna see what they say. Oh, okay. Be my lucky. It's on the last one, huh? Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Look, we're gonna look. We're gonna. I'm gonna let y'all know another day. I'm getting tired of looking for this stuff. But it's. I guess if we look up a name, it'll tell me what her name is again. Her last name is uh. I don't know what her last name is. Is it Viola Davis? That might be wrong. Let's share the screen. We'll go look it up. Uh, that Viola. Yeah, it is Davis. Ooh, look at that. Man, I get better with my memory with names. I've always had um always been bad with names. Let's see. Her. I want to go to her and go to her. MD M IMDb. IMDb. This look like it right here, and it's called G20, y'all. G20. G20. Let's go look at it. See if we can see a preview of it. Man, it's good. It's good, y'all. G20. Y'all see that? Okay. I don't know which one of them services. It looked like it's Prime, so it looked like it was on Prime. I just didn't look far enough. Okay, it's on Prime. G20. Let's go look at a what you call them real quick. G20 trailer. Okay, this the trailer, y'all. This the trailer. Fair use. Uh-oh.
Ma'am, apprehension is minutes away.
Madam President, we have a situation.
Ma'am, apprehension is minutes away.
A little much, don't you think, Mom?
Zip it. You and your brother are coming to Cape Town with us.
Why?
You know why.
All you ever care about is work.
Can y'all hear the sound? Let me stop share. Share it again just in case I didn't click it. Yeah, y'all was able to hear it. Okay. It's good.
I implore all world leaders to join me at the G20 summit.
Come on, Madam President.
Oh, damn. Now I gotta go save the world.
We're 20 most powerful world leaders together.
Okay, that's all we need to see. Anyway, look, she is the Madam President. She's the President of the United States, and her husband is her husband. Okay, and he's a black man. And it was really good. It kept my attention the whole entire time. Now, there is a movie I want to talk about that I saw last night. It's an old movie. Let me see. I gotta go grab it. So I can't remember the name of it. It was on just Roku, I think. And it's about this little girl. Well, it's about her, but it's about a woman. Let me see, I'll tell y'all the name. Maybe if it come up. Since I just saw it, it should be. Oh yeah, it should be The Reaping. Do y'all remember The Reaping? If y'all haven't seen The Reaping, it's about this little girl who they think, well, let's go look at it. Because I don't want to, if you haven't seen it, I don't really want to tell you too much. So we're going, because it's a good movie. It's a good movie. And The Reaping, okay?
Father?
I think God has sent me a message.
What happened?
Catherine, you're gonna think I'm crazy. He wants me to warn you. I believe you're in danger.
Catherine, this is Doug Blackwell.
Professor? I'm from a place called Haven. I'm hoping you can help us with our problem. Folks are worried that this is a plague.
As in Old Testament plague? I've investigated 48 miraculous occurrences with 48 scientific explanations.
I understand you're not much of a Bible reader. Some folks just don't want to go to heaven.
There's things going on now. You just better prepare yourself. Is it blood?
Okay, anyway, listen. This thing is 2 minutes. We not playing no 2 minutes, okay? Listen, The Reaping. It's good. It's free on the Roku channel. I don't know where else it might be. I guess I could look for y'all. Let's see, The Reaping. Let's see. Oh, I ain't wanted to find The Reaping. What the hell? How that popped up there? This AI crap, okay? Let's see where it's gonna show me where you go watch it. Amazon is Prime. Is it on Amazon? I see Amazon right there. But you might have to pay for it. I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah, you gotta rent it on Prime. You gotta rent. ITV, whatever that is. I'm not sure what ITV is, okay? But ITV have it free. And everywhere else wants you to rent it. It look like is it on Tubi? I don't have Tubi, but is it Tubi free? No, it's not on Tubi. Why they told me it's on Tubi? It says not available. Okay, that shit ain't on no Tubi. You gotta rent it except for ITV. I don't know what ITV is. Let me click on it and see. Is it? Oh, check it out. It's free, y'all. They got something called Two Tubi TV/movies. What else they got over here for free, baby? Let's see. Um, uh, y'all, they got movies for free on the internet. I just hit it. It looks like so it is Tubi, but when I went to wait, what? You ain't got to even sign in. It looks like it says if I want to save progress, I have to sign in. But other than that, it just starts playing. Okay. Now I can't play it because y'all know it's an hour and 39 minutes. So it went to tubetv.com. What else they got? No. Um, look, I'm learning all kinds of things. Okay. They got something called the stepfather. I be hearing about Tubi, but I don't have Tubi. I like the underworld movies. The, the Tomorrow War was good. Um, I never saw Don't Be a Menace. The Water Boy, I love the Water Boy. Um, Independence Day, Percy Jackson. I like Percy Jackson. Okay, I love all the Equalizers, 1 and 2 and 3. I don't know if you have a 4. Um, the little saw a little bit of that. The Magnificent Seven. Mm, that came on this morning on my TV. Okay. Oh, they got Set It Off. What's Love Got to Do with It? This is that 50 Cent movie. What's that? Yeah, Get Rich or Die Trying. My Other Half. I don't be looking at no domestic abuse movies, okay? Because I can't deal with it. I'm I feel like at this stage in my life, I'm a murderer, okay? I can't be dealing with nobody. I don't even want to think about nobody abusing me or nobody, okay? I can't deal with it. Above the Rim, I ain't never seen none of these. He Got Game. I heard about these movies. Oh, they go to Michael Jackson Neverland, but this is on Prime, I think. Um, Cadillac Records was good, but he left her when she died. He left her her house, even though it was her house, and she used all her money for drugs and shit, to where she was broke. But when he had that heart attack, he made sure that she got, her house. He took care of her. I don't know if that happened in real life. Stella got her groove back. These men still remember this movie talking about, remember when Stella got her groove back was with that younger man. Be like, damn. Call. Is that when she found them kids? Um, Idlewood. I saw a little. I think I remember this. I thought it was good. I like them old movies, when they dance and all that stuff. I kind of like the South Central. I never saw it. Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of movies, y'all. I saw it Straight Out of Compton. I think I went to the movies to saw it when it came out, and saw it when it came out. made in America. Y'all people be calling Whippy ugly. I don't know where they get that shit from, except The Color Purple, because Whoopi Goldberg was a beautiful young woman, and them white men loved her. It took black men to call her ugly and shit. Heartbreak Ridge. I feel like I saw it because I loved, okay, deep with an ED, uh him. What's his name is? Um Damn, I can't think of his name right now. I can't think of it, y'all. It's okay. I loved him anyway. Okay. I liked his movies. He used to play with the big gun. He was a police officer, running around. Not Clint Eastwood. Yeah, that's Clint Eastwood. Is that Clint Eastwood? It's, I think this Clint Eastwood. I used to like him. Okay. Somebody told me this movie was good when they turned him into a dress. I was thinking about watching it. I did. Somebody just recently told me this movie was good. Um, no, I don't know none of these movies. Escape Room. I think I seen some of that. Blink Twice. I seen Blink Twice. Okay, Blink Twice. And y'all should see Blink Twice. Okay, ladies. Ladies, y'all need to see Blink Twice. Okay, because that shit good. It's good. It's crazy, yo. It's really crazy. Okay, but I think y'all like it. Okay? Um. No, 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 no. Okay, y'all check it out. Anyway, I done found me a little place to look at some movies, but I think all these movies might be already. Um, I like him too. Can't think of his name. He played in one movie I like where he had the ability to see the future a few minutes ahead or something like that. And I like that movie. You could tell when they start going broke, he started making a whole lot of small movies. Stolen Baby, I don't know. Okay, y'all, I'm tired. Listen, listen. I'm gonna come look in the chat, right? And if y'all want to come, if I see some people in the chat, y'all want to come up, I'm gonna. But other than that, I'm going to sleep, and I go to sleep so I could come back tonight and do Freaky Friday. I really want to do a Freaky Friday. I want to do one tonight, but if I stay on here, I'm not gonna be able to do it because I've been up since like 3 a.m. I looked at the reaping like 3 times, and that's because I kept falling asleep in the middle. And I will always wake up right when it's ending. So I would then rewind it back to the middle and start watching it again. But then I will fall right back to sleep. And so I kept doing that until I actually got up around 4 this morning. So that movie played maybe about 4 times. And I still haven't really seen it to the end because I kept falling asleep. How do I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna put this in the bar, put it um, on my bookmark bar. And that's how we're gonna Blink Twice was good, ladies. You'll like it. But that one with Viola, y'all gonna really like that, okay? It's action packed, no scary. It's action packed. And it's really good. If y'all have any other where I get the free movies that's in the movies, y'all let me know. People keep giving them to me, but they go away. Um, I don't want nothing where I'm gonna get a virus. And I do need to get my I used to have something called Ghost something. a VPN, but I don't have it on this computer because it's a new computer. I need to get it. Yeah, I'm about to get it. Okay, here we go. I'm coming looking in the chat, but the truth is I'm tired. Okay. And I'm hungry. That's right. I'm hungry, and as soon as I eat, I'm gonna get even more tired. Let me call hubby. Hey Siri, call Mark on mobile on speaker. I can't hear no. Oh, Siri ain't saying nothing to me. She just dialed. I don't know what's wrong with Siri. Damn phone. Gotta get me a new one, but I don't want to. Ooh, when he played that? Oh, he just dropped it a couple minutes ago. Probably not answering no phones. Okay. He gonna get him in a lot of trouble not answering no phone. Where you at? How long you been here? 5? You been here for 2 hours? Um, I'm hungry. What we doing? Food. Just food, it don't matter. I'm tired. I'm tired, baby. I'm going to sleep. But I'm hungry. Okay, bye-bye. My own hubby been here for 2 hours and he didn't say anything. And nothing. Okay? I'm sleepy. Thought it was Friday. I thought he usually come up, take off his shirt, put it in the closet, and but he ain't do that today. He might be mad at me about something. Gotta think about what I may have done. Because I may have been being bad, okay? Let me think about it. Did I do something or did I not do something? It's well, I can't tell y'all what I didn't do, but I know what I didn't do, but I don't know what I did. Okay, there's a lot of shit I didn't do. Okay, there's a lot of things I didn't do. Some things I should have done, but I still didn't do. But I don't know what I did. I always be thinking, damn, what did I do? I didn't do nothing. And then that'd be the problem. Problem is what I didn't do. I'm gonna remedy that soon. But I'm tired. So I want to do Freaky Friday. I truly, really want to do Freaky Friday. I want to be back maybe about 10:30, 11 o'clock my time. And we'll be on through the night. But if I don't go to sleep, that's not gonna happen. I probably won't wake up until when I'm ready to go live. I can't remember if hubby got to work tomorrow. Let me look on the schedule. He don't know it, but I got a schedule on my phone, okay? Because he ain't gonna never be talking about it's my week to work again. Okay, I keep up with it from now on. Let me see. Because I know he do be working on his weekends off, okay, which is overtime. I'm cool with that. But he be trying to be slick about it. He be trying to be slick. Talking about it's my week. And I'll be like, it's your week? He'd be like, yeah. And then the next week he'd be like, it's my week. I'm like, nah, you just told me last week was your week. No, last week was overtime. I'm like, that ain't what you said. So he can be gaslighting me, baby. I put it in the phone. Okay? Let me see what the phone say. The phone say, wait, what is Father's Day is coming up. Wait, is today Father's Day? Wait, did I miss Father's Day? Oh no, Father's Day is like Sunday. Mm. Okay, look like yeah, this is not his week to work. We're gonna see what he gonna say. What y'all think? Y'all think he gonna be like, "Can I week to work?" I'm gonna be like, "No, okay," because he worked last week and he worked the weekend before that, and he worked the weekend even before that. Okay, he's slick. But the phone is on the job. Okay, the calendar is on the job. That's how I know it's Father's Day on Sunday, which I did not know. And then it looks like today is a holiday. Wait a minute. Ain't no mother, ain't no no. Wait, today is a federal holiday, right? Hey Siri, call Mark on mobile on speaker. I did not know today was Juneteenth. I thought Juneteenth was tomorrow. I be thinking he think he's slick, y'all. He think he's slick. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what the answer is. You work today?
Yes.
Mm. I thought it was a federal holiday.
Not for everybody.
It's a federal holiday for everybody in the United States.
No, it is not. Don't fuck that up.
Okay, bye.
All right.
Let's Google some shit. I know Trump did do something, but I don't think he did. He didn't do nothing that he claimed. My hubby is thinking he's slick. Listen, Linda. Okay, I did not know it was Juneteenth. I don't know why I thought it was tomorrow. So all the events is tomorrow. I thought, man, that's why I ain't never getting out this house. Okay, because I done missed everything today when I thought it was tomorrow. Hey Siri, when is Philadelphia's Juneteenth celebration? They told me it says today is Juneteenth. Siri told me today is Juneteenth. God damn. Man, it's got to do better. Oh, gotta do better. Let me see. Um, okay, we're gonna let it go. He be working on federal holidays anyway, but I'm just saying, not for the see if I can make me a doctor's appointment. We're gonna see. We're gonna but right now. Cause it's odd that he here down there asleep, right? Um, but my son's at work too. I think I heard one of them just come in. Hey, Malik, Malik. Hey, open the door. Hey, I'm talking to you. Listen, do you work today? Okay. Nothing. I have a headache. Okay, I'm gonna come look and see what y'all saying, but I really just want to go to sleep, y'all. I came on here to cuss Rilla ass out, okay? And that's all. And really don't play with me. But it don't matter. From now on, we playing every time I see you. Every time I see you on a panel or you get on a panel with me, don't be shocked when I straight cuss you out right from the jump. Bam, no questions asked. I'm gonna call you whatever comes to mind, okay? And I must only stop when I die. That's it. That's it. We don't go from now till my that. You understand me? You played with me once too many times. Okay. I don't really do this to people. I don't treat people just any kind of way until they treat me any kind of way. And you don't care about my feelings, and therefore I don't care about yours. Okay. And so it's all go from the rip. You have to come and like I welcome you to come at me first. Like soon as you get on the panel, you see me up there, you will have to just call me the B word and anything you want to call me, because baby, it's gonna fly out my mouth too. Okay. So I'm just giving you a heads up. Come at me because I'm coming for you. Okay. Not only that, but if somebody see you on a panel somewhere, they can hit me up, let me know that you see Rilla on the panel, baby. Okay. Because I'm coming over to be messy. I ain't got nothing but time. I need some more space because I'm supposed to be sewing. Okay. Um, I really was. What's the date? Yeah. Okay. I really was supposed to be going to sell my things, but I decided against it. Okay. I keep doing that because I didn't want to buy that big thing that goes over my head. I didn't want to. I didn't want to do it. Okay. I need some wine bottles. I'm making a wine label. I'm gonna put up a couple of labels that I made so y'all can vote on the right one. Which one y'all think I should put on the bottles? Okay. And oh, something playing. Oh, so many tabs open. Okay, let me close some of these tabs. This is ridiculous. 1, 2, 3. Look, I even got all the name brands to Walmart, all the black name brands that's at Walmart, all the companies. I have them all listed. So when I was saying what I was saying, you know, I had all the proof up. And then every time he would ask for proof, I was telling him I put a link in the back. No, I don't need to. I don't want to read it. Just tell me. Oh Lord, I don't think Sharon want me to go through all the names that's on the site. You know, uh, I have a headache. I do. Okay, y'all, I'm gone. Listen, I'll be back tonight, hopefully. If not, I'll be back tomorrow. Um, Freaky Friday. And if I can't do Freaky Friday, it's gonna be okay, because then I'll have to make it up like Sensual Saturday or some shit like that. Okay. So I already have the topics along that line already. I don't want to do it in broad daylight because they do have kids home from school because it is the summer months. So I'm definitely gonna wait until a certain time at night. Okay. Trying to I do think about the children, okay? I do think about the children. I don't want any children or any child finding my channel and hearing me talk about things that might be a little bit over their head. But the information I'm going to be sharing is going to be good information, especially for you men, because y'all seem to be dumb as hell. When it comes to a woman's, body and desire and things like that. So I might not, you're probably not even interested in learning that. So maybe I'll be talking about men's D spots and shit like that too. Just for some of you who I think is, like you're not really interested in women parts. Not interested in women parts. It's okay. Shit. Uh, I say live and let live. I have no problems with what you like. Okay. I'll still educate you. Okay. Mm. And that's what we're gonna do. And so if I don't do it tonight, we will be doing it tomorrow. Um, but I want to do it tonight. I prefer to do it tonight. I just have to go to sleep and wake up. Mhm. I'm old, y'all. Listen, the things that I've been doing in the last, because I'm going through menopause. In the last, I wouldn't even put it at like 2 years, but more importantly, like recently, because these hot flashes is cool so bad. Um, when I was like, I remember when we first came to Delaware, and we would be at my husband's mom's house, and I would and his stepdad would come home from work, and he'll be sitting on the couch, and he would just doze off to sleep. And I used to be thinking, damn. You know what I mean? I used to be thinking, damn, like in the middle of the day you sleep and you sleep at night. You know what I mean? That's what my mind, I used to just be, and here I am. I remember my grandmother waking up at like 6 in the morning. She'd be up before 6, before the rooster was crowing, and waking everybody up. My grandmother was already in the kitchen making coffee and biscuits. Um, and then she would go to sleep quite early, like I said, because she had that one little black and white TV. Um, you, ain't nothing you could do outside. Where I'm from, they ain't have no street lights. People be saying when the street lights come on, I'm from the bayou, baby. There ain't no street lights. Once it get dark around that bitch, it's pitch black dark. Okay, it's pitch black dark. Um, that's why we had to learn how to deal with snakes and with alligators. Because them working alligators could be right there and you not even see it. You have an alligator right there in your yard waiting for your ass and you could not see it. On some real shit for real. Okay. um so but when it got dark, we was already in the house because the mosquitoes run us in the house. The motherfucking mosquitoes will pick your ass up and tote you somewhere. And you could see them swarming at you. And you'd be like, oh, time to go in. Okay. um, yeah. And so what I'm saying though is I wake up early. I be up early and I be waiting for Sharon to go live. I be sitting here thinking, damn, what time is it? Oh, I got 3 hours. I be like, damn, what could I do in 3 hours? And then I try to figure out something to do, wait for him. Um, but now I get tired around this time. So I'm up early and then I'm tired. And then I'll be up. But my schedule's all weird because I may get up, but then I'll end up going back to sleep. Um, or I start sewing and then I throw my schedule even more whack. My schedule is so whack, it's crazy. I don't even know what my schedule is right now. Okay. I just know what happened last night. But what happened the night before that isn't the same thing that happened last night. So, because I think I was over there with, what you call them, all night, one night. Wasn't I? With, with Trey. No, I was over there with Trey yesterday. I think I was over there the night before too. I think I was there early morning. Yeah, I was. I was over there early morning, and then he ended it at 12 hours, and then I went back over there because he's restarted, and I was there until around this time when I got off to go to sleep. And anyway, I'm gone, and I'll see y'all. I'm bored and tired and hungry. Well, should I jump in the shower? I took a shower this morning. Yeah, it was about 3. That's morning, but that don't count. I guess I'll take a shower when I wake up. Okay. I don't like getting in the bed without taking a shower. It don't matter if I didn't do nothing. I feel like jump in the shower, then get in my bed. You know? Um, Even though I took a shower early this morning and I haven't even walked downstairs. I don't think I've been downstairs all week. Now that I think about it, I haven't walked down the steps at all this week. Did I? No. Last time I was down there was Sunday. Saturday or Sunday. So I haven't been downstairs. Okay, I'm gone. See y'all later. Bye bye. I gotta get the hell out of here and go to sleep. I'm rambling. That's when you know I'm tired. Can't even figure out how to turn this thing off. What's going on?